Michael. No pressure in Ann Arbor. No. And Oregon, Fresno State has the Ducks next. So Pat Hill saying, I'm pulling for Oregon this week to beat Michigan. We need to take care of business here. Well, they need to move the football. And they do on this first down carry here. After Texas A&M had Lane put up an 18-yard TD run, Wanye Miller with a carry here to the 28-yard line, picks up 8.
Yeah, and that's what Fresno State's going to come back and do here, and just get back into power running attack here. And Miller looks like he's going to hobble off the field. That's going to be a loss for them. He was their returning top rusher from a year ago.
All positions on both sides of the ball.
Yeah, they got a lot of seniors that are fifth-year seniors that he brought in here when he first got here.
Goodson can't run away from the defensive pressure of Fresno State, and a loss of a couple on the play. Nice job of containment by the Bulldogs. Brown was there again.
And so when you take a look at Dennis Franchione and what he's done here, you take a look at the players that he's brought in. And
all about the O.
Order me up a box fan, Bill. Let's get one here, see if we can get it delivered pretty quick.
And I'll pay more than $2.95. Second and 10 at the 26-yard line. Time, finds a receiver, and complete, and still on his feet. And it'll be a first down for Fresno State. And let's send it now back to Los Angeles.
Trying to throw that football. And
as a former defender, sometimes you think they're protected too much, but you certainly rather they err in the caution area instead of letting it go too far. McGee this time tries to scramble. Good containment by Fresno State once again on a 1st and 10.
Yeah, when you play the option team, Bill, defensively, you have to take care of business and you have to take care of your responsibilities, and it's responsibility football. The fake inside here, watch at the top. If block there, get off the block, come up and make the play. Good job by Fresno State.
So Matt Szymanski hit from 34 last week, missed from 43 earlier today, and now from 41 yards out, trying to make it a 10-0 game.
Yeah, a lot of kickers have a favorite hash mark. I wonder if the right side is better for him.
Doesn't matter. Got it smashed, and Fresno State has dodged another bullet. So credit the Bulldog defense for stiffening at the right time here.
2 blocked field goals this season so far for Fresno State. A big one here.
Take a brief break and be right back on FSN. Backs set up now behind the quarterback McGee, and a motion man spreads out, and Texas A&M pursued again by Fresno State. Tell you what, it's been nothing easy. Coach Fran made the comment that you certainly not going to have anything given to you by Fresno State, and they have lived up to that.
And we have number 12 on the field, the old 12th man. I'm surprised that the fans aren't really all over that. He's out there in the huddle. Try to get a little block there, helping on the outside. Who's number 12 today, Bill?
And the 12th man today is Lamantia, Nick Lamantia, Jr.
He's out there in the huddle in the backfield right now.
He's had the designated 12th man here with Texas A&M. Corey, the man in motion.
He's getting the ball.
And complete.
Pass complete to number 12, Nick Lamantia.
And Lamantia.
See that 12th man? I mean, that's important to these people here. When he gets into a football game.
Tackled by number 19, Marvin Haynes.
Well, now you might hear the fans. They're going, all right, it's 4th and 1. We're going for it, or we're going to try and kick it. And Szymanski had one blocked and missed another. And it's about either one able to come up with it. 2nd and 10 now with 19 seconds to go.
4-man rush here, and the linebackers are back. It's about 7, 8, 9 yards, and just an umbrella, 2 deep coverage by Texas A&M.
Ransdale to 30, dumps it off. Smith got a little room to roam. Breaks a tackle at the 30, 9 seconds to go. They're going to call timeout.
You know, last week against Montana State, similar situation here. They gave up a lot of yardage in the passing game, over 300 yards passing against Texas A&M defense here. And if you look at the coverage here, you got the safeties back here, and you got your second tier here, but that open area is right in the middle. I'm sure they're trying to hold everything off of not making a huge play here, but good run after the catch by Smith.
31 yards on the pickup, and they're at the 30-yard line now. 8 seconds to go, but with a timeout remaining. So A little touchy if you throw across the middle.
You got to get down. You're not going to run into the end zone there probably if you catch the football and you take. And he always fell forward for positive yardage. And that's what you see with Jaworski Lane when he gets his momentum moving forward.
And the Aggies now 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line. McGee. Oh, he got smoked and the ball is loose. It is ruled incomplete, or is it still live?
I think the referee's going to call a live ball.
Yes. Aggies say they pounced on it, but whoa, wait a minute. Fresno State has recovered.
And one of the things that we talked about with the officials in Big 12 Media Day was about allowing plays to finish and allow them to call them, because if there's a necessity to have this as a forward pass, they could review this play. They could call that a
Brown hit him.
Good call. Good non-call, rather, and good job by Fresno putting pressure on him. Jaworski Lane had a good block on the far side. He knocks his guy out, but then you bring too many here on the backside. There's Brown making the contact, and the ball pops out. Fresno recovers it and got good starting position here at the 32-yard line.
Ramos nearly picked it up. The Fresno State Bulldogs get the recovery. 1st and 10 at the 32 of Texas A&M. And here is Harding. Turning to the outside to the 20-yard line and more. I beg your pardon, that is not Harding. That is Matthews. Ryan Matthews with the carry. You know, I was just going to say, Gary, that it's the first series of the third quarter. A&M pinned on their own 15, looking like they're making some headway. Fresno needed to do something. They came up with a big play. Now they need to score.
I'm sure that's what Pat Hill told his team in the locker room. They need a defensive stop or a turnover, and they got the turnover here. And I don't think a good spot for Fresno.
3rd and 8. Officials here today. Ball on the 16. State. They're coming after him. He releases complete, and it is a touchdown, Fresno State Bear Pasco. Pasco, the tight end. Boy, they read that perfectly. And Pasco gets the TD, his 2nd of the season.
Yeah, no inside coverage from Texas A&M there on the seam right by the tight end, Bear Pasco. He's on the left side of the formation here, and the quarterback, Brandstatter's watching him the whole way. A linebacker does not bracket him from the inside, and that's what allows him to get there. He's going to come up the seam and work here and look to the inside. Nobody there. Allows him inside. He cannot do that, and that's an easy throw and catch for him. So good job by Fresno here converting after the turnover.
Stood the 3 of 3 on the season in PATs for the point after. And this one is good. So Texas A&M fumbles the football. Fresno State takes advantage of it. Pasco the TD, and it's 19-7 now. 9 of 14 for Brandstatter.
Yeah, and with their style of offense, they need to be able to run the football because that opens up their passing game.
Brandstatter going deep, and it is complete at the 25-yard line. And Ajay Atutu comes up with a grab.
If this ball had been thrown a little bit deeper, it could have been an easy touchdown here. Brandstatter does a little pump and go here on the receiver. He's going to go up here and then shuttle and go across deep. And watch you see him shut down there and around. Ball a little bit underthrown there, but he got behind the cornerback there on the right side. And a little pump fake there by the quarterback as we talked about. And wide open down the field.
Ajay Atutu, a sophomore. Shady Ajay Atutu.
Probably won't have an opportunity to change the play, especially with his voice.
2nd and 8. Matthews trying to go outside. He does the 5, and he'll score. Bulldogs pick up another 6. Ryan Matthews, the freshman, scoots in.
Good job of reading around the edge that time instead of taking it inside. And receivers on the outside did a good job of walling their guys inside and making a block. And Tapia out there making a good block. Watch number 88, the tight end. Bingo gets him to the ground. Fans here are saying they're watching on the Jumbotron. They're thinking there might have been a penalty on that play, maybe perhaps a hold.
I didn't think it was as good a block as you did. That was pretty good hold. Here's the point after by Stitzel. And it is good. So the 2nd touchdown in the 3rd quarter for Fresno State. The freshman Matthews had a sensational high school career. Picking up where he left off. Last week he ran for 77 yards to pace him in the running game in their win against Sacramento State. And his TD here makes it a 22-14 game following the PAT after a 10-yard scamper.
It's a 1-score difference now in his ball game with the 8 points for a touchdown perhaps. And touchdown and a 2-point conversion. So Fresno State right back in his ball game, no doubt about that. And yardage, they're actually taking away. Look here, look at the yardage up 135 for The Bulldogs and Texas A&M only 41 total yardage in this game, 232 for the Aggies to 193 for Fresno State. So they're chipping away at that and also chipping away at the points.
Well, and Founders having played everywhere from Oklahoma, Tennessee, LSU, almost beat USC in 05, then Wisconsin and won up there at There's Goodson. Goodson hit hard, and a loss on that play as Fresno State continues.
Well, they're playing well, and there's kind of been a little bit of cloud cover coming in here, and maybe they're feeling a little rejuvenated. The heat, sun's not right in their face down there, but it's a pretty good shot outside.
Listen in. Hands are popping. Oh, my.
Oh, I can see it in his face. Look at his face. Oh,
we see how he reacted to that loss to Appy State last week. Right here, Fresno State now with the football down 8 and a breaker by Matthews. And Matthews carries a couple with him to the Texas A&M 40-yard line.
Well, I think Fresno State has made some adjustments up front to be able to take on this defensive front here. Watch the offensive line when they take an inside charge. Fullback does a nice job of leading through the hole on the linebacker. And good job of going up behind, and Anthony Lewis got blocked down to play there. The middle linebacker could use 2 downs to try to continue the momentum that you have with the team.
3rd and 4 at the 34-yard line. Guarding the back, stays in the block. Pass is complete. Moore to the 10-yard line, and it'll be 1st and goal for the Bulldogs. Little slant on the inside, and Marlon Moore, the sophomore from Sacramento, makes the reception, and the Fresno State Bulldogs are a 1st and goal at the 9-yard line.
Yeah, it's an all slant here. You got the tight end coming across, and you got Moore right up the middle, and it's just a zone coverage, and they just get in between them. Good job of execution. Yeah, kind of lost a tire there. You got to go get that thing reinflated. On football games, and just a chance of the Aggies backed up against the wall here to make a play here on 3rd down.
3rd and goal from the 2. Harding, the tailback, gets the football, and he pushes in. Touchdown, Fresno State. Now do you go for 1 or 2?
I think it's a done deal. You're going to go for 2 here. Maybe early to start chasing points, but really they're just going to go for 2. It's not a... I don't think it's a tough call at all. I think you stay in there and you get it. You get the play call that you've worked on for your 2-point conversion. Good job. A good surge by the offensive line for Fresno State, pushing the Aggies back out of there. And offensively, this line has come alive in the 3rd quarter, now beginning of the 4th here for Fresno State.
So a chance to tie it up as Pat Hill. I have to ask him. We had a great time talking to him yesterday. If he's got his chart, everybody talks about the chart. To me, you don't pay attention to any of that until the 4th quarter. I think at that point, you kind of size up your game and opportunity. And here, they're going for the 2-pointer. Brandstein.
He's to run it.
And complete.
He's got it.
And it is a 2-point conversion. We've got a tie ball game. Ajay Tutu with the reception. And Fresno State has come all the way back. 11:53 remaining. 22-22. Texas A&M and Fresno State. So you got to get 6. And they are 64 yards away from that. Pasco sets up now as the tight end. Brandstein. They're after him again. And it is complete. Wow. At the 50, at the 40, at the 30. And run down inside the 25-yard line.
Tremendous effort that time by the young man running across the field. That's just great speed and great effort. Brandstein getting out of the pocket, but brings it down low. It's just kind of a low little slant pass here that he makes to him. And bingo, he just runs away from everybody. Gets dinged right there, and he has to go inside. Hey, I'm going to run away from the traffic and go all the way across the field. And great field position now for Fresno State. They can take a couple shots at the end zone.
44 yards for Wiley. MSN Detroit is leaving us. We will update you on this one here. It is 1st and 10, ball on the 20-yard line for Fresno State. 32 seconds. Complete to the 5 and down to the 3-yard line. And the clock will stop while they move the chains. Remember, Fresno State still has 2 timeouts remaining. as again they come right back to Pasco.
Good job that time by the offensive line, making the pocket presence right there, able for the quarterback to step up in. Look at this protection that he has right there. Good job of that. Gets it out to the big tight end. Is a good target, good sure hands. Gets inside the 5-yard line here, inside the 10. Excellent field position now for Fresno State to perhaps challenge, get a touchdown. And if they do get it, what do? Do they go for 1 or do they go for 2 to win the ball game?
And it is 4th and goal at the 3-yard line.
Watch for the inside slant routes with the crosses. That's what I think they're going to do here, simply because that's been very successful for Fresno State all day today. You got to take away the inside. He's open right now on the outside.
Grandstand. Here they come after it. Complete. Touchdown.
Now,
Fresno State has pulled within 1.
What do they do now?
And I think he's probably made his decision. I think you're right, Coach. I think you probably want to go for 1. He's going to bring his field goal kicker out there to try to tie this football game and extend it to overtime. And I was in an overtime ball game last week with Colorado State. When you get down into these situations, you try to do what you think is best for your football team, and it's tough. Pat Hill on the road. He's got a junior quarterback here who's playing well. Good job of eluding the rush and making a good sure throw to Bear Pascal, his 2nd touchdown of the ball game. And now they're going to try to tie it up here with the point after.
Stitzer for the point after attempt. Good snap. The kick is good. And we are tied at 29-29. And that roaring din,
well, you look at the total yardage here in this football game. Texas A&M was overpowering Fresno State early in this ball game, and now it's flipped the other way. Fresno State's got 345 yards of total offense to 332 for the Aggies. So Fresno State here in the second half, beginning in the 3rd quarter, have really stepped it up. And I credit Texas A&M coming back, though, Coach, in that 4th quarter with that long drive. Took 4 minutes, put a touchdown in with Jaworski Lane running the football. So now we start talking about, we'll talk about that here in just a minute.
Hey, but no fun time going down to play the U. Here's Fresno needing 3 to tie. A TD to win the game in overtime. Grandstand on a 1st and 10.
Wow.
Got a man, it's Moore. He is bumped hard.
Touchdown.
Did he get in?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
I believe he did.
Touchdown or no? They say he stepped out. It's the 1-yard line.
This may be reviewed because his right foot was just inside the 1-yard line. His left hand, the ball just has to cross the plane of the end zone. We'll take a look at this. I don't know if we've got a handheld camera down there at the goal line, but great job of play action. They haven't done it all day. Good job of doing this. Watch his left arm putting the ball out. Does he step out of bounds?
Oh, lost the football.
Oh, he fumbles. This reviewed. He doesn't have control of the football. This could go to Texas A&M, and they could win the ball game. If they called him out, that's a judgment play. Wow, we need to see this again. I think it's going to be reviewed. This could be a huge play for Texas A&M. If it goes away, it looks like to me initially, the ball is dropped on the field of play by the player. He steps out of bounds, so forget about him. You remember where the ball is, because that's what we're talking about. The ball is fumbled forward into the end zone, and Texas A&M picks the football up, I think. We'll have to take a look at the end of the play here, who actually recovers the ball if it goes out of bounds. We'll take a look at it here.
Is this ruled a fumble?
Yeah, Marlon Moore, he's not out there. There's a fumble.
Is that a touchback and the game over?
Game's over. That game's over, guys. Texas A&M will probably win the game on that call. He leaves the ball in the field of play. He goes out of bounds, so he's not part of the football anymore. Probably the ball game's going to end.
That's a big play for A&M, but for the young man, that's a hard way to go home.
You don't want to see any game decided that way.
Marlon Moore just trying to make a play for his football team, thinking he's going to be able to cross the end zone with his hand. I thought he had the ball in his hand when he crossed the goal line, but he obviously did not. I don't think it crossed the plane of the goal line while he still retained possession, Coach. And I'm sure that's what they're looking at. Where did he lose control of the football, and what happens in that situation when you fumble into the end zone? There's some unique rules here too in the NCAA.
Puts it to the left. No, he's still got it in the right hand.
That's a fumble.
It's a fumble. He's below. He's in the field of play and just fumbles it in the field. And
well, that replay official's got a big call here.
Oh my!
And I think there's going to be a bunch of maroon shirts in this building that are going to erupt with joy when they hear the end of this one.
They're going to sweat their foreheads.
There's a lot of sweat going on.
And
they're going to wipe
if it doesn't go that way, it's almost a certainty that, I mean, A&M's going to have to make the goal line stand of their lives in order to avoid a loss.
Now, there are some rules in regards to a ball fumbled into the end zone that have some specific rulings that, as far as change of possession, you know, those officials are going to have to sort those out too, because that's a clear change of possession opportunity. But going into the end zone, there's some unique rules that they have to deal with.
He was in the field of play and he fumbled it and the ball went into the end zone, so A&M recovered it. It's A&M's ball. So
I don't think this is a way that anybody would like to really have a ball game in, but regardless, it's an interesting ball game. Both these teams have played their hearts out on the field and back and forth. Early in the ball game, Texas A&M really was more dominant.
Here we go.
Is called on the field.
The play stands is called on the field. His microphone broke up. Is
wow.
that what he just said?
Wow.
As a result, he was ruled out of bounds
At the 1 yard line?
At the 1 yard line, and Fresno State will have it first and goal to go.
If they get a touchdown, they win this ball game, and they've got a first down here to do that. So, hey, they're going to put put this ball in the hands of their best running back, keep it low, put two hands around it, get a touchdown. They're going to ask their offensive line to open some holes, which they've been able to do against this Aggie defense.
It's at the half-yard line.
And they have 4 downs to do it.
All right, Fresno State, a chance to knock off the Texas A&M Aggies, who come in ranked number 23 in the country, led it 19-0 at the half, seemed to be in control, even though they were playing far from perfect. And then the second half, the Bulldogs came roaring back.
Well, we have a handheld camera operator who was actually down because of heat exhaustion, and he was not able to be on the field, and so we lost a camera angle. And so what we were told by the officials was they did not have sufficient video review to be able to overturn or make a different call than what was called on the field. So that's what they were telling us in the production truck. Wow, it just looks a little bit different than that from what my perspective and what we're seeing from our replays. And they just need to have clear-cut evidence as an officiating group. Now, remember, this is a WAC officiating group.
Right.
Yeah, but the replay officials are the Big 12.
And
They're WACs. Wow.
The other thing you need to remember here is just what you said, Gary. You have to have enough evidence to overturn the call. What was the call? The call was he was ruled out of bounds, and not that it was a fumble.
Yeah, and the line,
now they're checking again.
And the line judge who is there was actually backing up, trying to get out of the contact from the running back getting out of bounds, or the receiver out of bounds. And remember, Marlon Moore comes across and catches that play-action pass from Brandstatter down there around the 5-yard line and trying to turn it up and turn it into the end zone.
This isn't like golf where somebody at home saw something and called in, is it? And they're having another review.
Well, you can't do it. If you make that decision's made, Gary, isn't that right?
Well, you know what the rule is with instant replay, and the intent of it is to get the correct call. Whatever process that has to take, however long it has to take, my opinion of the rule is that you utilize the tool if you have it. Do we have clear-cut evidence that the young man is out of bounds at the 1, or the ball was fumbled into the field of play? So we're trying to get a clear ruling here from the officials, and our truck is in communication. We're feeding stuff to the officiating booth for replays, but we're not getting any word from the officials right now in regards to that, because they're still sorting things out. And you know what? In this kind of a thing, Coach, and you know it real well, is that livelihoods are on the line here for coaching staffs, players, these kinds of things, wins, losses, opportunities. And it comes down to something like this. Boy, that's hard to handle sometimes.
It's hard to handle when you know you got to have one person that's not on the field to make that decision. The officials on the field are not making that decision. Somebody in the booth that's watching an angle off of a TV angle makes that decision.
Well, and we're having, obviously you can understand that with these officials huddled and with the replay officials, they're trying to relay what information they have to us. Let's listen.
Has been reversed. The runner lost the ball prior to going over the goal line. It was a loose ball. However, there was a personal foul for roughing the passer on the play. We will go back to the previous spot, assess half the distance, and replay first down.
Boy, I did not see a penalty flag.
We had no indication from replay officials that that was even a factor. So what a turn of events here now.
I wonder if somehow, some way, the replays evidence roughing the passer, which was not enforced. I'm not sure that's the intent of the rule, and I'm not sure that that can actually be done via rule. Coach Fran is trying to get a clarification that if a flag is not dropped on a play for an infraction, let's take a look. Here's Brandstatter going to throw the football down there to Marlon Moore. There's the hit there, knocking down.
There's the flag. You'll see the flag.
Is the flag in the corner down here? It sure enough is. There's a flag on the play. Good job by the officials, but boy, I tell you, I didn't see it. We're all watching the play inside the 5-yard line.
To come into this whole scenario.
And we've got some more drama down there with Coach Fran getting a ruling from the referee and one of the other officials.
Taking it to the appellate court now, as the Dennis Franchione is fighting for his club, because although this is a much better situation for A&M than what they thought they were going to get, first and goal at the half, they're still in dire straits.
Well, with the first ruling that they had, that we heard that the play was going to be upheld because it went out of surely that's going to be the spot that you're going to have the football, because you're not going to enforce the penalty.
Right.
You're going to be at the half-yard line. But if obviously the ball were to be turned over on the fumble, the penalty is going to be enforced. It's just like throwing an interception and you rough the quarterback. You're going to get the ball back regardless. Now, where do they spot the football? Looks like they're going to give them first and goal around the 12-yard line.
Half the distance.
And now Pat Hill is coming over because Dennis Franchione is huddled with the officials. And he is vehemently upset. And
yeah, I think he's wanting to find out, how did that thing get turned over after you've already announced that it was upheld? And we're not getting information from the replay booth into our production truck, but they're still sorting things out. The referee is give us some kind of indication here.
Pat Hill must have gotten what he wanted, because otherwise I think he'd have really blown his top. Let's find out, though. I'm tired of guessing.
Well, who benefits more here, Coach? The teams that are resting, the defense or the offense? I don't know.
If you still got the ball,
you benefit.
If you still have the ball, it benefits you.
Stitzer going to kick perhaps a tying field goal.
Stitzer with the extra point with 5 seconds to go to tie it for the end of regulation. 25-yard field goal. Stitzer's kick is good. Everybody takes a sigh of relief, checks their blood pressure, and says, okay, we'll try one more possession here.
Well, a little bit of breathing room here, and folks are sitting down just a little bit. And
less than a foot. Fresno State trying to take the lead. They do. Touchdown, Anthony Harding. And it's 38-32. Now the all-important PAT.
Well, they've worked Harding here on this drive and does a good job. Credit the left tackle and the tight end on the left side. They're giving him enough area to run the football.
They're hoping for just 2 more plays. 3rd and 5 at the 9. Brandstatter. Oh my, it's caught in the end zone by Pasco. What a grab from that tight end, Bear Pasco.
Touchdown, touchdown, touchdown. I tell you, Bear Pasco has done it today for his quarterback. Gives him an option to throw to. I think he's going to throw it out of the end zone, Coach, but no, he comes down to Pasco right there. Good job of getting away from Pugh, the linebacker, and enough space there for him to throw. Goes up high. Man, wow, that was high.
And now they need to.
And the contact, I'm telling you, great camera work, guys. Good look at that touchdown.